Ho ho everybody, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. Oh, I'm so tired today. I am so tired. I was at work for an hour extra because customers had to come in at the last moment and I'm sick and tired of it. I have tomorrow off at least, so I'm gonna look to see if I can't enjoy myself otherwise. But at least for now, dude, I am through. At the very least, I don't necessarily have to yap too much in tower defense. Okay, let's be honest here. I kinda actually maybe really do kinda have to yap in tower defense, but we'll figure how it goes. First and foremost, we're getting the Yomu color palette on, because I play Yomu when it comes to it here in Mon TD. But I hope everybody's doing well today. Today is a wonderful August 14th. It is a Thursday, and I have work off tomorrow. Thank the gods. So we're gonna chill out when it comes to it then, and just continue on. Because last time around when we got to it, we got around to Wind God's Late, after having the rabbit hordes defend Warrior Shrine when it comes to it then, quite frankly. So let's just continue on with the usual, quite frankly. I have my usual batch of upgrades when it comes to it then. That is perfectly fine when it comes to it. I need to check Kadya. She is a summon when it comes to it, so I have that upgrade perfectly out then. And I'm just going to chill on by. But yeah, today was an absolute travesty when it came to retail and everything in between or so, and I just was not dealing with it. Okay, first and foremost, that is a bunch of silver wolves coming on here. Now, we do have a lot of space, and it seems like they're all going to converge on this one central path to start. But it seems like this road can kind of split when it comes to it here. So let's not put all our eggs into one basket. Though, of course, I could just put, like, a Kaguya in the bat. But let's see what we have for other people here. First of all, we have a speed spring. We also have a few cages around. This has a naughty fairy. Increased damage of sounding summons. Hello. Throws rots at teammates. Now she's throwing rots. It's not enough. Hello, interesting. I don't remember seeing you before, so you might be new. But I just wanted to see exactly what was in that cage. And then for now, let's see what else is in here. So in these right here, is it just 100 power each? Just about, and yes, there's, okay, 2 protection points we have to look at then. But otherwise, I could absolutely... Okay, yeah. It's just 100 power. So if we get key drops, that's just basically free spaces when it comes to it then. I do absolutely think we get the fairy out just to see how I can work with her then. And then what would be the first idea? So you have to remember, first spell tower is going to, like, first spell power level 3 is free. Of course, my mind goes back to autopiloting with Marissa and not caring too much about it. And then I could absolutely get like a Kaguya or 2 in this case then. Like if I put a Kaguya down, move this fairy a little bit, and let's say like we upgrade both and start things up. Let's see how this goes then. I'm gonna get my feet back when it comes to it and just see how we chill out. First and foremost, I just hope that everybody is chilling pretty well today. I hope that everybody's been able to have themselves a good Thursday compared to mine, considering how much pain and suffering I've been having on the retail side when it comes to it. But that's retail when it comes to it at the end of the day, and well, it's not really going to put too much stock on that then, you know? I'm just making my ends meet with whatever I can do. I'm gonna have to punch you guys a little bit more. I'm gonna wait just a second when it comes to it. I'm gonna need a Danmaku tower to deal with you bozos here. So let us leak is what's gonna happen. Perfect. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. I'm getting this Yamame out just so that way I can have a little bit of a buffer when it comes to it, because I need to be able to deal with these boys here. And then maybe like a Cherno as well. I would like to unlock that spring when it comes to it, but that's gonna come in time. So for now, let's just have my Marissa deal with things up here, of course, and then we take a look at who else is coming along. Got to do, oh, that was a good day when you got to draw paid even. I saw that you were doing, what was it, a word commission? Or like a commission by letters or so? Which is very curious. Very curious as to how you dictated that necessarily overall event. Okay. Marissa can fall back. I'm gonna need Yamame to get better when it comes to it then, rather. Because I want her to be my line of defense against these wolves and to really be poisoning them as soon as we can on the line. And I am so worried that I'm going to be leaking. Not leaking exactly, but I'm absolutely going to need more power. So get a race in here if I can. Because I don't have enough firepower yet, necessarily, to be able to deal with things on their own. To have Marissa kind of being my end-all be-all. Technically, Ran would have been better, because then she's an extra buffer against all the wolves. But I can't deny that I love having Marissa just being my mobile flying turret when it comes to it now, you know? Chances are I should also probably open up a pad right here when it comes to it for the future, because, yeah, if these guys start going the other way, I'm gonna have to start dealing with them, and we are seeing that ramification right now. Now, thank goodness I can just kind of go ahead, do something like this. Some Minarikos are coming along in that way. Okay, not the biggest deal in the world. Let's keep this Yamame going on this side, and then I do think chances are I'd like to have a Ran, probably. That'll be good. Marissa is Wild Low-Key. I mean, it's just two combinations of, like, getting the... I leaked somewhere on the right side, because I wasn't paying attention. Getting the upgrade to where your first level 5 spell upgrade is free, and then, of course, getting the upgrade to where your towers can still shoot while you're carrying them is the other side of the equation, because you're seeing just how free it is to just have them carry on through and just do everything for your side. Because Marissa gets to hit the entire map, and then we just kind of chill on that side then, you know? This might have been the leak problem, so in that case then I want this Rand to be level, to be max level, to be level 3 at least. That way I can get my Chen summon. Perfect. Got my Chen, so that way she'll be able to control any elites when it comes to it from now on. Yeah, no, Marissa's the hard carry. Of course, like, the struggles is going to be like you're seeing here, like with the wolves and how these are magic-resistant enemies. So I have to actually level up my Danmaku side here. That's why we have this Yamame to help out on this end. This Yamame, this Raisin's kind of here too, and then any other fires I can put out since my Yomu has a higher base attack than what's his face. Then I'm losing everything right now. Protagonist of the Touhou series name. Ooh, that's a bat. Well, actually, that's being dealt with, so we're totally fine on that side. Protagonist of Touhou series name. Man, my brain is actually so blasted so much. Touhou protagonist. That tells you how tired I am. Reimu. Man, I don't have the energy after this. Like what? I am telling you, I retail working 9 hours well over time than I expected to today, just due to, I wouldn't say unruly customers, but customers coming in at the very end of the shift, you know, 5 minutes till, and it's just like, what am I supposed to do situation kind of thing. Really makes you want to question everybody and everything in the world. Other thing I could have done actually too is get a Yuka. And honestly, I think I would like to maybe have a Yuka, but I don't have space to justify her. That is, unless I do something like this. So if I move things around, like put Trina right there, have Yuka, that way she can be on every tile when it comes to it. Then for the sunflowers, so I want these sunflowers to really be my economy, and I will go ahead and speed up time since it seems like I can control this wave without a problem. Okay, move our peeps around in this case then. Ooh, moving Kadia right there moves where that bun's gonna go. That's that, and these wolves are going a bit faster than I would like. Now, granted, I'm not paying as much attention to the wave itself, because I'm trying to just get Yuka online ASAP. Get some Sawakos. Okay, you're gonna have to adjust then, in that case. Not the worst ever, I'm just, you know, trying to be active enough, because these wolves are, of course, the biggest concern. Yamame getting to poison people on the line is very important. That's really just like every other small thing that I'm gonna have to just keep put out fire-wise. That, and if I can just go ahead and start trimming these fairies over here, that's the best thing. Thank you, Yuka. Lovely. Match level Yuka. So now I just have to pay attention to this top side, because I need to staunch the bleeding flow when it comes to it over here then. Because the biggest problem is going to be the Senais, which I really need this Yamame to be doing the most work with. That and Suwako here too. Now how am I gonna deal with Suwako? Well, quite frankly, I think I'm just going to slice her a bunch of times and then pray that Yamame can continue to do work. I just need to like whack you like a ton of times over, quite frankly, and just continue hoping on that side. And then honestly, I want to get this Kaguya going, because having her summon more Lunar Rabbits is going to be well important. And then it's just a Tori Robot time that I need to start shredding. So strategy with that is pretty simple. We're going to move over, get this Yamame to just start firing away. Probably move these Racins around in that case. And have Yamame just sit nice and pretty here otherwise. These hordes I can naturally deal with. I'll give it a second. That's 2 bombs. Hello? That is very, very, very delicious, I will say. I'm gonna upgrade these sides here, but then I need to start putting some fires out. Because I have to pay attention to up here for 2 seconds, if I can help it. Let's put that down. I want to have another Kaguya for this lane when it comes to it then, as a secondary anti-air, and so that she can just start working. Lovely. I can bomb this corner when it comes to it. She's doing good work. I will go ahead just whack an eye when it comes to it, and then upgrade this Kaguya all the way. So now I have buddy army on both sides. Yes, I'm actually going to be pretty happy with that right there. Otherwise, let's move this fairy over here. That way, we can continue helping. Marissa is providing just logistic support, quite frankly, when it comes to it overall. And we are pretty set in stone, quite frankly, if I do say so myself. Because this Kaguya gets to be upgraded once I get a little bit more power. Lovely. Now I have full rabbit armies when it comes to it, and I think I'm pretty set, because I have anti-air, I have physical, I have lots of ways to deal with them on both the physical and magic front, and not too much of a problem past this here. I will go ahead and watch a Senai or two though, just to get them out of here. This Yuka is paying off well. Yamame doesn't need to do too much more over here on this side. Yeah, I could have her do some support, quite frankly. Otherwise, next plan is get this Churno up. Yeah, I don't care about those Senais, because I have more than enough support over here then. That is a lot of magic resist. But Yamame gets to deal with this, quite frankly, without any problems. And then for any of these Ayas that are going around, the Kaguyas are just gonna shred them, quite frankly. Yep. Not worried a single bit. Otherwise, Yamame needs to rush over here. Just start dealing to these Notori mechas, if I can help it. Notori mechas starts getting burnt down on the physical end with all that poison ticking. Well, if we work, we will upgrade this Raisin when I have the chance. Thank you. Lovely stuff so far. Can absolutely send the next wave early. I am more than confident in my current skills. Let's go ahead and shred this Suwato. Tentacles? A part of a giant creature that regenerates after being cut off. Hello? Giant immune to disabling buffs, entangling aura. What the heck? We got... Is this a boss chapter? Because if so, then I did not remember that this is a boss chapter in this case then. Well, upgrade this Ran all the way if I can help it. And then let's start destroying these Suwatos. Yeah, because those tentacles are being a bit of a logistical problem, it seems like, in the backline. It's stopping my bunny army from moving a bit more forwards, which is, of course, problems. I need this... Well, I want this Yamame to keep hitting more in general then. I don't necessarily have the most space yet. I also just need more physical attack in this case then. In which case then I would just want like another Raisin, quite frankly. Just be firing away. I do think. Entangling Aura is going to be hitting on that end, so it's freezing my towers from attacking. That is the other logistical problem with these boys. Copy that. So, while the Banuis, if they get over, like if they spawn over here, it's not a problem for the Yuka necessarily, but it's a problem for my other towers. Copy that. Copy that. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, honestly, get a few more Raisins around. I just want more physical firepower support, I do think. I think it's going to be the biggest thing that I just want to have on my Osen. Because the Suwatos, just having that, having magic armor when it comes to it, is one of the biggest problems that I'm dealing with here. I think I am going to go ahead and unlock this chest and break even when it comes to it. Thank you, Windows. I don't want to update out of active hours when it comes to it here. Because I just need these... I need everybody to just die in the background. Raisins are doing good work. We're on wave 14 of 15, and despite these tentacles spawning in or so, it's not like we're really having any problems when it comes to these guys jumping. That is a lot of Suwatos, and they are annoying, I'm not going to lie. But my recent army can actually just claw through them slowly but surely. I don't mind sending early for that little bit of extra cash. That's just going to be another reason going up in power then. Another Marissa also could have been in it. Unknown Tentacle. A giant monster that rose from the bottom of the Wind God's Light. This similar creature was found in a tattooed manuscript from Kuruindo, which is called the Elder God. I have no idea what this is a reference to necessarily, but quite frankly, sir, you cannot be here. You cannot be here, sir. Yamame, poison this fool. Poison the fool right now. Form up! Surround them all! I'll be honest, I just got the Kaguya for an extra bunny on the lane, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here otherwise then. To start frankly, it seems like they've kind of got everything else taken care of, so I just want Yamame to just be hitting over and over again. The big battle is this a reference to a Touhou big battle? In that case then, I suppose? I need Yamame to be like on the corner, that way Cherno can keep slowing. Because Marissa's still doing a lot of work over here in this case. I just want her to stay within range, so honestly, I'm gonna want this final one right here. Then she can keep on shooting. I'm just gonna whack you a bunch with the blue mana that I have. With the green mana, and then I have to whack the tentacle because those centaurs are frozen, and I need y'all to be hitting otherwise in this case then for now. Quite frankly, two Marissas ain't gonna be bad when it comes to it then for hitting them over and over again. That can just keep working away. I legit don't have to worry about these bozos otherwise then. The waves are such a non-factor because Ran just is going to deal with them wholeheartedly on her own. And then it's just really if I can burn this bozo down. Seeing Sanai's move on, which is a problem. I'm also seeing that these tentacles spawning are impacting my ability to do things. There's so many of them, and it's freezing all my towers. Interesting problem. But it's not bad at all, because I have more than enough of these bunny summons to help out. Okay. I don't know why they're stopping necessarily. Oh, is it the fairy? It's in this mischievous ass fairy. Well, look, man's about to die. We only beat those two wolves at the beginning, and I don't think we necessarily had a problem otherwise, and just because I had such a good summon army for my two Kaguya's. Because once that Sanai's gone, we just have to deal with the remnants, and I do think that we are fine, my good sir. I'll put an Utsuho because I can. Repeated explosions. Thank you, Utsuho. Grab me a Marissa. Let me just burn the last of these Sanai's down. And that should be a nice and easy chapter victory. Lovely! And still 3 stars. I will take that. Thank you very much. Now we get Futo! And Yukari. Futo is another playable character when it comes to it then that I could show off. She has a lot more CC in her kit when it comes to it here, so you can see her regular attack is Flying Plates. No points to strike multiple targets, so get a bit of AoE. Summon a tornado that stuns and sets in nearby enemies, and ignite the ground and damage enemies that pass through it. I think I just always personally like Yomu the most when it comes to it, just for the fact that she hits a lot harder and you just need to deal with leakage. But Futo is interesting with how she can offer more crowd control support in case your towers can do more. So I'll try her out for one mission just to show off how she does work. Just so that y'all can see, and well, I'm not gonna do much but just change my hairband when it comes to it then, because I can't do gray hair unfortunately. Or silver. Well, I could kind of get close to it, I'll be honest with you, but not too much more. And I can just darken my hair, but not much. That and more silvery eyes. Not much to really embark on. I need to make a edit to this model where it's white hair, so that way it can really go with silver hair and everything like that onwards then. So I'll do Futo, just for the sake. And then we have Yukari, which is a Danmaku hit. So the main thing is that she has only 1 damage per hit as opposed to 8, but Siege's days. Damage increases the longer the attack, where she can, at level 3, she teleports enemies away, and level 5, summons a trap to knock back enemies. She gets to disrupt waves, and in essence, she's really good at destroying big strong enemies on their own, so at the Sanai's, because while Raisin is just a solid attacker over time, Yukari is able to basically put a laser beam on one person and slowly but surely wear them down. So, Actually, let's keep Utsuho in just for rotation, but let's move Racing now just to showcase things, I do think. Let's go back to another chapter that I maybe could do earlier then. The Misty Lake? Maybe? Let's see what I've got. Increased defense for all summon units should be very good. I think I'd like to upgrade Danmaku Tower range though. I want to get to that last upgrade then, when it gets to the end. Ramping damage, alright, yeah, let's show this off. So let's go to the Misty Lake, I suppose. Jolty Sats, Giant Fairy Maids. So let's showcase her off. I think I'll go ahead upgrade her as much as I can. And then I think the other idea is probably get the usual a Yamame or two to help out on the Danmaku side. And legit, you know it, you love it, it's a Kaja at the end. Hello, Rabbit? Why's your Rabbit going on that path? Anyway, Futo attack is these plates that will bounce around to multiple enemies. I can use this tornado to exactly so CC people, or I can put fire on the ground, which is going to be damaging hits when it comes to it then, which is very big, but that's the ultimate, of course. And then Yukari, as you see, is just solid, consistent damage that ramps up the more that she attacks somebody when it comes to it then. So she's really good at, for example, this exact mission of just getting to wear down these big-ass enemies. And of course, when you get a level 5, not only does he get to do big things, like disrupt people, but it wouldn't be Yukari without summoning a giant train now, would it be? Alright, let's do my part in it then. These Meiwings do have physical defense, so just gotta do what I can in that case then. And honestly, another Yukari would not hurt too much here when it comes to it. Because this is a lot of big boys, and I do not have any cleave necessarily when it comes to it. So Yukari can deal with one person, but she doesn't have any big defense otherwise that she can help with. That, and I'm gonna need this Kaguya to move over a bit to deal with these incoming vampire bats is gonna be the biggest thing. Yukari! I need you! Thank you. Right, increase the range. I want this Kaguya to be way better. These little moon rabbits will help out as well along the line. And then, oh my goodness gracious, look at how big that Yukari range is. That is so hilarious with grief. Alright, match level Yamame. We have that kind of just chilling for us then. And then yeah, this Yukari can just kind of really take care of a lot of things for us then. That is so hilariously lovely, I am not going to lie. Right. Another Yukari on the ends, Yamame's to help out. Get that going right there. Yeah, the fact that Yukari just can teleport people around her so means that, like, you see, ramping damage, that's just 13s overall, but she just gets to be such a disruption force that it's actually ridiculous. Alright, I need to upgrade this Rayan. And the level 5 upgrade is of course free when it gets to the end of the day there, so that is great for me. I think I do want our tornado to go on this way here. And then a Usoho would honestly be pretty helpful in my opinion afterwards then. Keep this even upped, so we can keep things going here. These pumpkin heads shouldn't be a problem. The one Yukari should be able to wear it down. Lovely. I would be slightly concerned about the anti-air, but this Kaguya is taking care of things, so actually not a problem. In that case then, have this Yukari just start hitting these Jolty Sats. There's a Satya here. He did freeze my one Yutari. Problem. Kind of. Kind of his problem, I'm not gonna lie. So, if I could have her get stalled, and then I would like to use my fire from Futo. And then I absolutely do need to upgrade this Cherno, I do think, because I need the slowing zone. Because the big problem then is that Kadia is going to need some anti-air support, which I am not able to supply yet. And then yeah, if I can have 2 Yukaris, or it's essentially what is going to be 2 Yukaris shooting off full blast at all times, that would be very, very good. These trains are good disruption. These plates are what I need for some help then. And then it's really just going to come down to Kadia cleaning up the excess afterwards at all. The bats are getting worn down pretty nice and easily then. Thank goodness. And then anybody that might want to lead through, I can just put one more Kadia at the end, if needed. But you're seeing perfect like mission to showcase what Yutari does in comparison to Racing. So Racing's got quicker, bigger bursts, but Yutari can absolutely ramp up and help out in both teleporting back smaller crowds of enemies while dealing with bigger ones then, and just a lot more general disruption as opposed to just, yeah, straight up damage that Racing offers. So let's keep moving on to the Spider Mine. The mystery of the incident was almost clear. These strange creatures were originated from the underworld. Reimu and a growing team rode the minecart to the depth of the underworld, but it seemed that the yokais living there were not going to let them pass so easily. Their ferocious nature was enhanced by the effect of the incident. Choo-choo. I don't know if I responded to you on that side then. Absolutely, Crimson. I mean, it wouldn't be Yukari without her running people over. And also, reply to me in DMs, bozo. Haven't messaged me back if you want to hang out tonight. I didn't also expect a cutscene. The soul and bone create infinite universes. I heard it from Smart Quick and Ice Fairy, aka that smart Cherno that we saw at the very beginning of the game that Reimu walked away from. Alright, so we have ghost fairies, interestingly, and we have a very interesting map to take a look at here. We have a destroyable stalwart stone when it comes to it. We have a few springs. Speed spring, rain spring, we have an alchemy spring. And these fairies are going to be running through these mine traps. So as you can see here, they will all converge at the very end, going through these kinds of terrains where we won't be able to necessarily hit them. And that will buffer their time for what they can do. Now, how are we going to combat that? Well, there's a few easy ideas that come to my mind. That is a bad spot for a Yuka, I will go ahead and say that. But a very good spot for a Yamame. So I can just put it down on the ground right there to just be generating me power points. And then, you know what it is, baby. What if I just put a Kadia at the very end? And just had her summoning Benuis all the way at the end? It's absolutely doable. Is it really necessary? I don't necessarily think so. I think a Chen might be better, honestly. Marissa could be really nice, especially since it's on straightaways too, so we can work around with that, because I'm always thinking about that free level 5 spell tower when it comes to it. Of course, I'd also love to always have a Yuka, beginning, but I need to actually have something to work off of. So, Marissa or Ran for Chen, and, you know, for that power. Of course, we always have Marissa as our biggest bailout. So hilariously, of course I'm gonna invest everything into this Marissa. All of my money, I have 40 power. Ghost Fairies. Common phantoms found in the tunnels to the depth of the former hell. It's not as active as normal fairies, but way more dangerous. So, nothing too much, just one life, but detonating after death. So you can't rely on summons as much when it comes to it then. Or rather, if you're trying to rely on like Alice, for instance, they will destroy you quickly. Now what else destroys them quickly? A Marissa will. Because I can just kind of stand here in these open lines, and then they will just slowly die. Oh my god. Now of course, this map is going to have a lot more going on to it that comes to, so I'm actually going to have to be a bit more on my toes. But we'll get to that in time. For now, I'm just going to be destroying these fairies slowly but surely. I think I will go ahead call the wave early, but I do, in this case now, want to just get a Ran just for the future. And I want to get a Yukari, just that way I will have a Danmaku tower too. So especially in that speed shrine, she will be attacking so fast that it's going to be so funny. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just start attacking these boys just a little bit here when it comes to it. Do you think it's probably a good idea to have this Yukari get upgraded in due time? And then am I weakening anything? No, I am not right now. Good. Now you've seen, some ghost fairies are already just gonna come from the side of the mine already on its own. That's of course gonna be a problem. Am I gonna deal with that? I can put a Kaguya at the end and have her just start summoning Benuis on the way over. Smile. That's absolutely one way, of course. This game does a good job encouraging diversity. You know, a lot of other games encourage sparing like one main with like maybe 2 tower supports, I say, as I'm only just doing Marissa strats. But there's a lot of diversity, and even without Marissa, there's many ways you can go on without crushing. Now, they talked about spiders, of course. We have cave spiders. Spider monsters from the underworld. They live together in dark and humid caves and attack whatever wanders into their territory. One magic defense, they are fast and they do poison damage. So this is absolutely non-summon friendly when it comes to it. These Benuis that I'm putting here are just really here to stall, but I'm going to have a lot more power to deal with things. And quite frankly, with that magic damage, or with 1 point into magic resist, I'm going to need this Yukari to be a lot more ferocious on this end. Give me 1 second here. University helps you stabilize early game, and yeah, that's because, but at the same time too, it still is forcing me to have to be active on the map when it comes to it at the end of the day, and it's not the biggest data jail free card in the world here. I need this Yukari to be doing so much more. Am I leaking anything? No, I am not right now. There is a lot of spiders that are going to come on by though, so if I can position Marissa to be shooting upwards like this, would be great. But otherwise, I'm absolutely going to need her to just be shooting up and away. But it's great that these rabbits can actually run through the mines too, hilariously as well, so they will be able to help out on a holistic side. But otherwise then, I'm going to need to actually be doing a lot more of the work myself, and that's a horrible tornado. I thought I was still playing, oh, it's his face. I thought I was still playing, Yomu for a second there. A giant spider monster, the Brood Spider. It lives in the hottest zone of former hell. This brutal environment results in its ferocity and fertility, giant poison damage, and it lays spider eggs, which of course are going to be a problem in time. Because if I don't deal with them, then those spider eggs are just gonna hatch, and then we've got a lot more spiders on our hands that we're gonna have to deal with one way or another. So absolutely, I just need to be firing away, seeing what I can do. I think I will actually upgrade this Yamame real quick. I'm just gonna let this Marissa free fire for a few seconds or so. Because you're seeing here, these spider eggs, if you don't deal with them, they will just hatch into big spiders on their own, into more spiders on their own. And that, of course, is no good for what we call in the industry, quite frankly, y'all. That's a good stipend right there, because I want this Yuka economy to start going up, quite frankly. It's going to be vital to my success. So for now, shred these bozo fairies. Not a problem. Get myself a little bit of that power, and then I'm rushing back down to water Yuka. That is such a perfect Marissa spot, actually. I can just chill around a little bit. Parse! Hashihime, a type of underground yokai that is full of jealousy. She is the guardian of the bridge between the surface and the underworld, and would approach humans and incite their hatred, leading them to destruction. Yep, jealous girl herself. She is here. She's Reigns, so she will of course be problems for any other summons. But we are totally fine. I'm just kind of chill, and yeah, this Pierce is perfect. But we're gonna have some flying units, which could be a problem, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more, and also these ghost fairies spawning down below are also going to be a holistic problem. So I absolutely do want to get a little bit more support that comes to it over here. Because this is just one Kaguya that I have at the end just to kind of be spawning a rabbit every now and then for some support, but it's not going to be the most consistent thing. So I'm going to have to deal with these fairies, for instance. That and Kasumes. Underground yokais live on hanging buckets. They love tight space and often fall on whoever passes below them. These are aerial units, and they turn into ground units after being damaged. So yes, this is a hybrid character that I'm going to have to deal with, and I'm going to need actual air support, meaning that Marissa can't hit them, so I'm relying entirely on Yukari to knock them down first before we do anything more. That, and I need to deal with some of these fairies down here real quick. Right now, I'm still in a very shaky early game of I'm just funneling everything that I can into my Yuka so I can try to get my economy game going. Because I'm relying on this economy to help me carry through. It's not like the Cruzmates or the Parse is a problem, like Parse just kind of liminally exists, but I absolutely need to get this money train going, so I have a way to snowball my victory. As it will be. So slow this down a bit. Let's cleave as many spiders as possible. Any enemies down here? Nope. You can just well, there's a fairy or two, but nothing that we won't be able to handle. Let's toss a few plates. I can't hit anything with that. That's not necessarily a problem then. These little fairies that are kind of getting through. A rabbit or two can deal with them, but otherwise, like Yuka is holistically hitting them, so very, very happy in that side. In that case then, what are we gonna do? We're gonna plant another Yuka, ladies and gentlemen. So we love Yuka in this house. We absolutely do. Because these fairies are getting taken care of by this one Yuka. Just about. I'll save my money. I want to upgrade the Yuka. And then we're just gonna keep running back and forth, because Marissa cleaving, ladies and gentlemen. Marissa cleaving. I love this stupid character so much. Like, even with, and like, enemies of matches are a problem, but you also just get moments like this where you can just stand in one spot and not give a care in the world. Oh, look at this Yuka economy. It's so good, dude. These Yukas have paid off so well. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. I will actually have to go down and pay a bit of attention when it comes to it, though. So let's poison the poisoners back, get a Yamame, and then I will absolutely need a Yukari down here for Danmaku damage in this case, then. Because Yuka can only do so much. I'm actually going to have to deal with these spiders to a decent degree at the end of the day here, still. I picked up Yukari. Oopsie. I meant to pick up my, Marissa. Any wickets down here? We are actually totally fine on wickets. So instead, focus attention back on the spiders and just stand in a straight line. Hey y'all. Very cute, don't you think? Alright, I do think it actually could be time to upgrade this Kaguya to get a little bit more Lunar Rapids when it comes to its end. And then I can't collect these power points as they're dying so quickly. No! I will upgrade this bat line here when it comes to it for now. Spider wings. Newly hatched Hellfire Spiders are very fast and they hunt any living creatures on form or hell instinctually, dragging them to the depths of death. So that's if these eggs are allowed to hatch, which can be a problem, but it's not like it's stopping me right now when it comes to it. You're seeing here, we are dealing with them pretty well. The pest infestation is not really much of a problem. So I can upgrade our corners when it comes to it then. Quite frankly, I could even just get it like another Yuka, if I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not necessarily a good spot for a Yuka though. I could get a Kaguya for this lane though to summon Benui, so I have a little bit more insurance though. Then otherwise it might be good to just upgrade and get a Yukari or two. Actually, a little bit further on, methinks. Let's keep that moving around. Let's keep getting rid of all these spider lanes if I can help it then. Because the Yuka Sunflowers are actually able to help me deal with things on the air side, hilariously enough. That way it's not just going to be my Kageyas as my last line of defense when it comes to it then. Because instead it's just how fast do these Yukaris want to shoot. It's that, and how much Yuka value am I getting? Because, oh man, just hearing the constant sunflowers popping is music to my ears, ladies and gentlemen. That, and war accurate Yukari, trains on the train tracks, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a good spot for a Yuka to get all the sunflowers, though. So instead, I think I'll just get another Yukari going up in that case. Well, cave spiders from this direction. That could be a problem. Absolutely could be a problem. Right there. Now it's that, or I can also just get a Yukari or two on these corners then. So even if cave spiders are coming in early, I will have moon bunnies to stall them, and then I will have also just enough damage overall otherwise. Because if it's just one or two spiders, I can even just put out the fire myself, and then it's legitimately not a big deal. The cave spiders, a few brood spiders. Okay, not the worst ever. I do think I want to upgrade my Yukari in this end though. So that'll be 3 trains that we have coming over. That'll be a good shred that I'll have going on then. And then if it comes to be, I can put a Cherno on this corner as well, just as a last case insurance, slow them down. But otherwise, we seem pretty well, and the fact that we have so many trains just mopping on through means that I don't even have to have Marissa babying us. If it comes to it then, I can just kind of chill. Just upgrade this Yukari, get our Cherno for last defense when it comes to it, and then yeah. Look at all that power I'm generating. Just 3 money sources overall is kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. That, the Kageyas for just kind of like that little bit of extra defense and summons on the side is really hilarious. Don't get poisoned by the cave spiders. I mean, I can't be hit, thank goodness, whenever it comes to it instead. It's just any other summons, but when has that ever been a problem? When has that ever been a problem, ladies and gentlemen? In fact, upgrade the Kageyas a bit more, because we can. Yeah, look at all these spiders and broodlings that are not going to move a single inch. So as soon as those eggs are laying, they are... Okay, that's actually a lot of them. Let's kill them with fire. Kill him with fire, Cruzy. I'm losing frames. Kill him with fire, slow him down with Cherno, just for insurance. Yeah, that's a lot more than my pay grade's actually worth here, so let's be smart for half a second. The Yukari trains are actually taking care of them. Okay, we should actually be fine then. Yeah, the Yukaris are actually doing so much disruption with just them summoning so many trains, because it's knocking them back, it's doing a lot of work, and then them teleporting the spiders back means that they're actually not even reaching that far. Oh, whoa, baby girl. That's really good. Yuyuko time! Ooh, baby girl. Another, like, the amount of towers in this game are really fun when it comes to it. Yuko, an elegant ghost that can summon phantom butterflies around it. It will leech the life out of anything they touch. At level 1, these butterflies will orbit, kind of like Kaguya if I remember when it comes to it. Level 3, summon shockwaves. Level 5, unfold the fan, causing enemies to detonate on their path. She is very interesting, because she pairs pretty well with Seiya, because Yuto wants to detonate a bunch of enemies when they die, whereas Seiya, she wants to infect enemies and turn them into zombies on her own kind of summoning path when it comes to it. I still need to actually show off Seiya when it comes to it, so I should probably go back to a previous mission, quite frankly, and try her out just to show it off. Skyward Force necessarily wouldn't be the worst, so I could easily do that as elite mode, but first and foremost, let us see what I can upgrade. For 3 points, I'd love to decrease the cost of the towers themselves, quite frankly. So let's, well, I can spend right now, so I can always refund. But let's change our loadout just a bit, just to show things off. So let us, I will go ahead and move Ran out of the rotation just for the moment, just so I can show off Seiya, I think. Is that, or, nah, Kaguya is too valuable. So let's move Ran out just to showcase her, and then instead of Cherno, let's have Yuko, just so I can show it off. I want to do Dark Forest because I'm scared of Dark Forest, so instead, let's do my favorite map of Starwood Fortress then. So I can't destroy that keystone, I can destroy this one. We've got a million bats. Iko is spelling ground when it comes to it. Well, first and foremost, when it comes to it then, let's just showcase Yuko if I just put her down. Yeah. Spirit butterflies that she summons around, kind of like a Kaguya. And if I upgrade her out, butterflies keep orbiting more, and then at most, you can see, these phantom butterflies can then overall become huge AoE fonts of damage overall at the end of the day. Which is wonderful. That, and I'm also just going to summon a Kaguya too, as our insurance policy, as always. Because these are a lot of flying enemies, meaning that a Mercy Strat would be absolutely grief if I tried to do that here. But a Yuyuko is going to be wonderful with these butterfly fonts and all. I'm just kind of speeding things around because I want this Yuko be doing some work. Yeah, she's going to be really good for just dealing with big swaths of enemies, of course. And then I just need this Kaguya to be doing some work otherwise then. Now, am I super indexed into just the one Yuko? Yes, but I'm kind of just showing her off in this case here. Now, granted, she is slower than Kaguya, as you are kind of seeing with how her attack pattern is, but she can absolutely crowd control bigger waves of enemies if it comes to it then. Seeing this one butterfly, look at how much damage I got to do from all of that all together on its own. That's kind of ridiculous. Now it's that, and what us summon Seiya to show. So she summons what Yoshi does. So it's less summons, it's 2 versus 3 for Alice's dolls when it comes to it then. But by killing enemies with these Yoshikas, she will infect them. Another one of these Yoshikas deal damage, and you can see, guess what? That's another mini Yoshika that will be on the field temporarily, and she will basically, yeah, raise zombies, raise the army of the dead, and allow you to turn the enemy's forces into your own in that same essence. Wonderfully so. Since he's really good at helping out on those big hordes as well then, whereas Alice is a lot more stable damage if you want to quantify her that way. Yoshika can help you deal with big crowds of small enemies. So if it's a bunch of wolves or so, she can just summon everything on her way, help you deal with those big problems, and just get that problem out of your way then. For now though, I do think I want another Kaguya because I am scared about all this anti-air pressure, and then this Utsuho is going to help us out so much on this end. Because all of these bats flying in with all of that physical fonts, I'm going to need these girls helping out here on this end. But yeah, all of these stats could be a problem, but one, I have a bunny army, and two, I have this Yoshika to really help me out on this end. Did they roam a bit, or they die too quickly? They will. They only have such a range around Yoshika, so she's meant to absolutely be a good stall pressure when it comes to it then, as opposed to killing overall. But like you can see here, like these duality stats against another, I can absolutely deal with in this case then. That, or I could also even have like a Yoshika right here to help out in this end. Okay, these stats aren't going to die, so I'm going to need to burn that a little bit here. This Remulia is very scary, I am not going to lie, too. So I need this Utsuho to do a lot of pressure, and then I'm going to need this Yuyuko to deal a good amount of AoE damage with her pulse. I think everything is really just going to fall on this Utsuho, being able to do as much AoE damage. And then you're seeing just, look at all these little Yoshikas alongside my rabbit army, just being able to stall and just destroy. I do think another Yamame up here would be very valuable, just to be debuffing them all the way right when it comes to it. And look at that butterfly just flying out, hitting all of these Kowakumas. Oh, this Yuyuko is so beautiful. That is such a beautiful Yuyuko. I will have another. So also actually have upgraded this Utsuho to be max level then, but it's not the worst deal in the world. For now, what I need to do is get rid of these Kowakumas, so that way they can turn into bats for my Kaguyas to help to deal with. And then I will have to burn over here, because we don't have a solid damage profile yet. And by yet, I mean I need to get a Yuyuko to actually help out with these boys here. That, and I need this Remulia to die. Really badly. Like, really badly. So let's get another... Oh, let's get another Yukari. Because I can't have them getting too close to the end, lest the bats can just kind of fly by us and just destroy us all then. So I need her to just die against my Yukaris. And then we should be able to take care of it. Okay, very good then. Let's get a Yukari as high as we can when it comes to it. And then I just need you to just be shooting the one Remulia here in this case then. Because we have enough anti-air pressure. I just need single target damage in this case then, with these Remelias. Now, even if the Remulia is kind of destroying these rabbits one by one or so, we have enough summons that she can just kind of get stalled if she's the only threat on the field, and then she just drowns out. Thank goodness. Not bad at all. Good showcase of the two of them then, when it comes to it. I'm absolutely gonna have to play around with who I think is most valuable in that case. We'll have to see. Road to Hell. The former Hell was a dangerous place with lots of lava pools in it. Despite that, many yokais lived there. There were many strange souls floating around, and many of them assumed to be from the outside. The source must be close. Let me get some water real quick, and then I will proceed back on with the next mission, though. Okay, got my water. Ads have been run. Let's continue on with the road to hell. But first and foremost, we had our fun with Futo, but I still very much so do think I like Yomu the most. So I'm gonna stick back to her, which means we're going back to my Yomu colors. I honestly never did actually try out the DLC colors when it comes to it, but I might have to try that sometime. Because once again, at the time when the game came out, it's only Professor Cherno, and she was DLC only when it came to it then, of course, then. But we'll see. And then for my tower setup then. So, I have Yukari when it comes to it then. Yukari, Kaguya, Yuka, I feel like Marissa are like basically like no-goes, as in I am sticking to them 1000%. The other four are kind of there. I've been really high on Yamame because that constant damage is really nice overall. Seija could be my summons, but I already have Kaguya on that side then. Utsuho was really good for helping on that end then I'd just be really like, I have continuous tits on two sides when it comes to Danmaku, and then I have two Danmaku, two spells, two summons, and then basically two different ways to work things around, which I don't think is bad then. You know what? I don't really play around with Seija too much, so let's keep doing that then. I have Utsuho in my back pocket as always then, but we'll see how it goes. So, let's see here. Damage Spring increases damage. If I fall into the lava, I just straight up die. That makes me think. Does the tower die with me? Nope, it'll just kind of carry on. So let's figure this out. Rock blockers. Can I destroy these guys? Not exactly. He doesn't do much when it comes to it, so I can destroy you with rods, but otherwise, it seems that we are on a very confined map overall. These fences can be dealt with in a way or so, but otherwise, we do not have much leverage room to work with here. Seems like it's just... Okay, it's 2 defense points overall then, so we need to figure out how to hold things over. A very bad Yuka map, but we... could be a very good Kaguya map in this case then. With these lanes though, Marissa is absolutely still queen, it feels like. But a Yamame wouldn't necessarily be bad to just be poisoning these fairies along the way. But, you know me, ladies and gentlemen. So we still have 800 power left over afterwards then, which is wonderful. I could just have a Kaguya or two just spawning rabbits in the back and just having them go on the lanes. Now, okay, I'm seeing a problem there. There's no way for me to dictate exactly which lane these rabbits will go onto then. Granted, unless you have flying enemies, I could just have like 1 or 2 Kaguyas like this, and then the rabbits aren't running that correct way. We might need to pivot this strategy then. That might be 2 towers out of the way then, to where I'm just relying on Seija and then maybe a Yuko. Let's start with my lovely level 5 Marissa though. Here's my initial thought. I don't want to pick up a bomb yet. I don't know how I want to. What's my build path, I suppose then. Because I want to pre-plan and get boys and girls out. Because I think absolutely I'm just going to be carrying around a Marissa when it comes to it to start. And honestly, getting like a Yamame leveled up all the way too won't hurt. And we can just kind of start with that and just see how it goes then. Alright, start it up. And you know the drill. Is this a boring playthrough if I just only use Marissa first? I mean, it's intended out of the game. I will admit, it kind of takes it out, but it's not that I'm relying on Marissa all the way through now when it comes to it. The calculus does change since I only, like, see, just fits me through the early ways, and then I actually have to pivot my strategy then at that point. At least while it's just the one lane of where enemies are going through, I will abuse it. So I think I'm justified in it. What else am I supposed to do right now? Well, I could be doing literally anything else in this case, quite frankly. So it is a bad faith argument to say that. Alright. Run back. We have a few Ghost Fairies and Parse to deal with in this case then. I do think it would be actually good for me to... Wait, hello? Oh! Is that how it works? I can move the rots around as actual pickups and change around how I'll have my tower set up. Okay. You know, that makes a lot more sense on how this map's supposed to be dictated around in that case then. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Parses. Gotcha. I played this game a while back. You have to remember people now. But it has been a good little bit. So I just have to refigure, okay? I just have to refigure. Okay, yeah, because those Parses are just gonna kill these Segas. The Sega summons when it comes to it then. But it's not like it's the biggest thing we're relying on. Fact is, it's not like we're worrying about the top half of the map yet. In which case, I'm also just gonna get Yukari or two. Well, speak of the devil in that case. Alright. Run real quick over here. Get this girl. T-Spies will take a moment to get around here, but I can just run back and forth. Grab this Marissa. And then just stand in a straight line. If I could, though, I'd like to move this rock off. I could probably put it in, like, this corner for the moment, then. Ooh, I really like this map gimmick. Really forcing you to have to pay attention to what spaces you have on the map and control it from that point on. For now, these Yamame's are wonderful. And if it's just gonna keep being one lane, like enemies coming in from one lane, I can actually just kind of pilot this without any problems. Okay. They are getting a little bit more powerful on this end. So I will need to run around. Kisume. That could actually be a problem then, because I don't have good anti-air when it comes to it. I'm gonna have to rely on my Gyuko, but then otherwise, besides my one Yamame here, I don't have a way to holistically deal with that then, yeah. So I need to get a Yukari down here otherwise then, because I can't provide anti-air coverage. Okay, this Yamame's got it. Never mind. We are in the clear. But instead it's just Broodmother clearing. I have to remember that I can shoot myself too. Alright. We have some Odins. Hello. And then Kisume's as well. So move this Yukari down, because I'm absolutely going quality over quantity with these right now. Rin. A pet cat yokai that resides in the Palace of Earthly Spirits. She loves snatching away dead bodies with her little cart, known as carting. 3 damage. She's fast. She summons ghosts when it comes to it then. Can absolutely be a problem. I can't walk on that side. And she... Oh, crap! We got her out of boys! Souls. Unstoppable, detonate after death. Hatred, jealousy, remorse, anger. These souls were filled with these strong resentments and made them very ferocious. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, let me just stab you a few times when it comes to it. I will upgrade the Seija just a little bit. And then I don't think I necessarily have to put out any immediate fires. Yeah, is the keyword. Okay, Jasume's done with. So run this Yukari up here, please. Shoot. I need this Yamame up here to be able to deal with these broodlings, basically, in essence. Do I have any other towers down here? No. I'm going to absolutely need some help with dealing with things here, so if I could get a Yukari, deal with the Odin spirits in this case then. Whatever they summon, and then I'll level her up immediately. Afterwards, Seija's there for extra support. But it seems like these broodlings are actually being taken care of not too badly. So, Yamame helps deal, and then I can keep moving my focus priority then. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, again, using my quality over quantity. Tactically dying right there, so I can actually teleport back. Hilariously enough. Easy idea. And then I want to move this Yukari back down, so that way I can deal with these Parsees before they get any further along. That, and then, as usual, run the Marissa up. Run them up. Run them hands. To be fair, these guys are magic, they are resistant to magic, so quite frankly, I should just be shooting them myself. But it seems like we're fine, and actually that's a key too, so what would I want to use this key for? Probably a little bit more space down here then, but I need to run around and deal with the Rin in this case here. So immediately move this Yamame, if I could. Send early. Otherwise, I want this Marissa to be shooting. That Yamame's charging straight forwards. This could actually be a logistical problem if I don't deal with her fast. So I actually need to move these things back and forth. Okay, these guys are getting all worked down. That's not a problem. I need to move like a rock or so in this corner where I'm not necessarily going to be using it. That way I can deal with the Rins that come this way in case there's any problems. And I can also have like a Seija at the corner. Yamame gets to deal with these bozos. Bottom half of the map is going to be free for the meantime then. We can move this Yamame up. Tactically dies, so it can respawn in the middle. Move Yamame up. Push this down. Move this Yukari up if I can. I can go ahead and send the wave for that little bit of extra dash. Cleave a bit. Marissa does all the wonderful work in the world. This is another level for Yukari in a second as well. And actually move this Yukari up when it comes to it if we need. But it seems like we're actually going to be fine. Instead, just get this Yukari all the way up herself. She can now summon trains from the back, which can go the entire lane. This Marissa Cleave is actually pretty good too, so I don't even necessarily have to move her. I say necessarily. It's that, or if I find some space like down here, for instance. With this stone, I could actually get her on the very corner and have the Seija just be better insurance then. I can move her like right here. The Marissa can get a more straight line. I have to deal with the Jasumes. But if I run around, get Yamame, drop, perfect. It'll be done. Need to move this rock when it comes to it. Get another space open. I can hold. Move this Yukari over here. Probably swap the space where they are, like this. Level that Yukari all the way up, so then I have really good coverage down below. And then I can just kind of sprint around and deal however I need to. In fact, with this extra space, I could even move this rock over. I put Marissa in the wrong space then. Put Marissa right here. I can move this Yukari and Yamame up. Comes to it then. Then Marissa can keep helping down here if it's ever a problem. But it seems like we have a pretty good hold, quite frankly. Like a very good hold. Okay, next then. Move our Orden. Alright, remove Yamame. I'm gonna have to move Yukari over for the Rin problems. With the Kasumes, I think I can move my Marissa. I said I think I can move my Marissa. But I will want to have a way to wholeheartedly deal with more... No, I don't need a Marissa. I need another Yukari just for firepower when it comes to it overall. Because these Kasumes are dying so fast from the first Yukari, and then I just need to have a stable source of damage on the other Fawn overall. Then Marissa is my Fletz, as always, because he can just be my global source of damage wherever I need her to go. These ghosts are actually leaking, so we have a Yugi. One of the worthy kings of Oni. She wields a mysterious power known as Anomaly Trait, Distorted in Spirits. She does whatever she wants, yet she cares about her friends. Giant, immune to disabling debuffs and instant kills. Interesting. I gotta see where she is so I can deal with her in this case then. Because this could absolutely be a problem. She is up there. I'm going to whack her multiple times with Rukanken. This has not done too much. I need to run Marissa up like right now. Die tactically so I can get up to the Yugi as soon as possible. And now we have to attend to all three ways at once. This has turned into a pretty difficult situation. I legit don't think we have to deal with the bottom half when it comes to it then. So it's really just gonna be me having to deal. Okay, that's just only 2 brood spiders over here though. So I think it's actually so free if it comes to it over here then. What I need to do is move this Yukari down to help out on the line. Have the Yukari. There. I have these lovely ladies helping out on this end. Yep, just keep shooting as fast as possible. If I could get a Yuyuko or 2 actually then to help out, I think that would be actually so wonderful. This key I can't really use for much at the moment, so just toss you up and away, I do think. And then just Marissa Gaming. Stand in a straight line, Marissa Gaming. Upgrade this Yuyuko, that way I have a little bit more of a burst against the Yugi or 2. And then it's just dealing with these ones over here, including these few brood mothers. But this should be a nice and easy cleanup in time. Those eggs could be a problem if it ever gets around to it. That's an if it ever gets around to it. Quite frankly, I'm not gonna let that happen. This is what Yukari teleport you back and deal with you over time, ladies and gentlemen. And that should be this mission. A good bit of just putting out those small bits and pieces of fires, like I said. But overall, this has not been a bad one, I would have to say. I say that as some parsees are kind of leaking around here. But we're fine. Actually, we're fine now. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. Since nothing else on the top half here, and then I can even just swap Yuyuko over here to finish things up, just about. I say just about. Potential problem. Wrong character, wrong character. Don't leak! That's not enough damage. Your content, do your work. Okay, we're good. Those Uchis have a lot of health, dude. Any more enemies? Okay, no, we're good. Actually good. Actually good. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, so Komachi is another character that I never really got to play around with in my own first playthrough of this game. So, first and foremost, this training would be nice. Revive cooldown down for summon units wouldn't be bad too, but I think I'd like to have the cost go down. So, reset my stuff real quick, please. So I'm at 3 power. I did physical training. Let's stick with that. But Komachi. She is a blast tower, so she would be competing with Oku for her slot. Able to leave the point position and will not be affected by magic springs. The way that Komachi works when it comes to it is that, yes, she's a blast tower, but in essence, she's kind of like a summon in a way, rather. She uses her huge size to deal a large amount of AoE damage. She can also move freely from her post. So, she does AoE, and she's an AoE summon in essence, even though she's blast. So, rather than being the tower, she's just rather going to be walking around the field. Attached to our enemy's armor, and she has a chance to crit, because if you look at her stats comparatively, instead of having a damage number when it comes to it, just about, she has health values, kind of like the summon characters instead. She also has 3 physical armor, so she's very good at stalling out and being a physical force on the field. So Utsuo can just crowd control. Komachi gets to just live on the battlefield, quite literally so. I think what I'd like to do is... Well, Sage is really fun when it comes to it then, but I always have her competing with Kaguya, and I love Kaguya so much as he gets to serve my anti-air. Quite frankly, I think the better idea might be... I already have Yuko for my slot here, though. It just depends on what I want out of it then, in this case. Komachi is a lot of single targets, so Yuko, but Gran is a lot more consistency, plus more summons, we love it, but with us being in the underworld, might not be as valuable. So let's stick with this loadout and see how we work with it. For now, let's continue on. Blazing Furnace. The fusion core at the center of former hell. It was rumbling and radiating extreme heat. The fairy women in the hell noticed something strange as well. The archives of the palace of the early spirits want to trap and destroy us here. They sure had underestimated us. Well, I will go on with that, but first and foremost, let's do another challenge area just to show off Komachi's power. So let's do, like, the ravine, I suppose, then. So I want to continually get small stars when it comes to it. At the same time, too, I want to be slowly working through this. So let me showcase. This is Grey Wolves, Black Wolves. If we put Komachi down, she has a huge range, but she actually is basically, yeah, exactly so. That strange shows that she is a character, but she will leave her post and live exactly as a tower on the map for you to utilize exactly as you see fit, just about or so. I do think I want to do something like this when it comes to it, because I want these wolves to just slowly die around out. But yeah, Komachi will run around, actually cleave these enemies or so, and she can stop them when it comes to it at some points. But yeah, she's just going to be a living, moving, actual attacking tower overall. I'm trying to do what she can. These wolves are a bit fast, unfortunately, at the end of the day here, it seems. But I can just be involved just as much. Just as much as I said. I don't have any more AP. This is going to turn into a problem. Maybe this necessarily wasn't the map to do this on. But I want to show her off, though! I want to show her off! Alright, I guess we have to have Yukari. I say we have to have Yukari. We don't have a way to actually get through the physical armor then, so... Might have been the wrong people in that case then. But yeah, Komachi gets to walk around and get to do a little bit more in that case. But now, let's Let's fit things around then. The car is done Matu in this case overall. It might be better to have Cherno in that case for all these wolves, so let's do that instead for now. And let's change our strategy. I chose the red door instead of the challenge mode. Or hard mode, as it's coded, rather. They have these wolves. Actually, it's only 90, but quite frankly, I think I absolutely will probably need... Let's do the Seija, actually. Contest, and then I do think it'll be good for like a Cherno, Yamame for the poison, and then just, honestly, tower quantity is going to be important early on, I feel. It's that, if I can upgrade Yamame, and then I just want to be able to stall a bit. I can help it. Because Net's point of action is absolutely get the Cherno up. And then these Seijas are absolutely what I want out of things here. Because the Seija tower is going to be very important to me here. They want to upgrade her. That way, with these infections, we can just start turning these guys to our side and really stall out these wolves. Which is perfect for what we'll need. Call early, make as much money as we potentially can. But I need to run this Seija over. That way the Yoshikas can help us out holistically. I'll put a Kadia in the back just so I can have some Benuis. But otherwise, it's just Yoshika gaming with all these wolves. A good bit of Yoshika gaming. Let's upgrade Yamame just a bit more then. But yeah, you're gonna get to see these, the power of the Yoshikas and Seija then. Because with each wolf that dies, I get to summon another one and we can stall against these fast-ass bastards. Now, we are gonna have to fall back on the line here because I'm not gonna be able to contest all of them here. This is of course gonna be our next eternal problem. These rabbits can do a little bit of work, but otherwise, I do think I'm gonna have to just have my defensive line fall. Fall just back in general. It's that, and really it's gonna be Cherno that's gonna be putting out the fires for us in this case then. If she can help it. Because it's that, and I would like to have 2 Seijas on the map. If I can help it. Because I want the Seija to be able to help out on forest fires. Because if I can just have so many Yoshikas spawning in, you can see that's 4 or 5 zombies, and I'm really getting to showcase her power. This was supposed to be a Komachi showcase, rather, but it's really the Yoshikas that are going to be the biggest advantage point as you're seeing here. Can I upgrade this Cherno, please? Yes, wonderful. White Wolves coming along. That can easily be dealt with when it comes to it then. I'll leave you all here. Otherwise, upgrade this Yamame so I'm not going back and forth. These rabbits are actually doing a lot of good work too, hilariously as well. Check out Arcadia. And then offer a little bit of holistic support myself. Since it's just wolves coming from the one side, I can easily come back around. But I do think I want to upgrade this Cherno all the way up with this level 5 so we get this slowing zone. That is the next most important thing. That, move this Yamame next. I think I will go ahead and burn to get rid of this Tadura that I see incoming. That, I need these Yoshikas absolutely leveling up and moving in this case afterwards. I'm not going to be able to put out all these fires, unfortunately, here. But these Yoshikas are going to be the biggest, most crucial thing to stalling. Alright, that's as best as I could do for now. So next order of action is maneuver people, get these guys going, get the Yoshikas ready as best as I can when it comes to it then. Otherwise, I need to get Yukari. Level up a Cherno here, because my left side is objectively weaker than my right side. That, I cannot have Taduro leaking through when it comes to it. So I just have to deal with her. And then I don't have another field level 5 upgrade when it comes to it for this Cherno, but it is going to be so important for us. Let's move this Yutari Bat while we have a little bit of a break, if we can help it. Otherwise, Soling Zone Cherno, very important, because now we can just kind of stall on this little alcove. And then now I need to turn my attention back to this side of the ravine. Upgrade Yamame. Since enemies are necessarily coming around otherwise then. I can move this. Card 22, a second Yoshika just to help contain Oits! Second Cherno, absolutely needed. This Yamame, I need to upgrade and just have her moving too. Contain. The Yoshika is for extra, and seems like we dealt with it well. But yes, Aois is the more stable of the summoners when it comes to it or so. Yoshika can help you with weak targets or helping you bottleneck things, because if there's gonna be lots of death and everything like that or so, you've seen how much more of a true hold you can put on all of those parts of the map. It's wonderful. Alright. Let's do one more tower rotation. I'd say tower rotation. Let's do one more rotation of missions. So like a hard mission and a normal mission. So this is our Blazing Furnace. This is our health point, and we have to stall in 3 different directions. Where can we place towers? On any of these grates, quite frankly. We have 3 springs to work with here, but 3 directions that we need to defend from. You have a damage spring, a range spring, and a speed spring. Not too much more to work off of, so we're just gonna have to see what we can do about it. I think I like the range the most just because it's the most ubiquitous, and then we're just gonna work it on from there. Technically, I could just have 3 Kaguya's kind of defending on all sides when it comes to it, hilariously enough. I don't think that's necessarily gonna be the best thing, and this is not a Yuka-coded map, unfortunately, too, it seems like. Just due to the fact of how we don't have any terrain to work with here. Which is fine. Why does it ever need to be a Yuka map when I can just have a Marissa? Okay, otherwise, when it comes to serious stuff though, we love Yamame when it comes to it then. Just get usual suspects and also get a Tomachi this side. Seija will be our bottleneck, of course, but otherwise, I want to just start upgrading these towers. Quantity first when it comes to it right now. I just want to have a stable base to work off of, and then we just go on from there tower-wise. Hey, I said speed up, game. Thank you, game. Very cool. Ghost! Common souls that can wander around the former hell. They have 3 armor when it comes to it. I'm pretty sure we saw the spirits anyway afterwards from the Orden cart. Wait to sip water real quick too. Okay. So we'll just have to see where those spirits come around, but otherwise right now, it's just Yamame and Cherno as my first round of defense, with, you know, with our etc, boys and girls on the sides. Spirits coming from the side now. So let's move Marissa, that way she has a straight line shot, but otherwise, for these ghosts, it might be prudent to have our Cherno on the side. I'll move Tomachi here, that way she can vividly defend. And then a Yukari as well, methinks. Having the Cherno fully leveled too, to be able to help out with any bottleneck, to help out in bottlenecking enemies as they come on by is going to be very important, of course. So I am going to invest into her as soon as possible. And then Tomachi can also just be resident AoE cleave as well too. Because that is a bottleneck I just get to hold on to. We have flying enemies immediately. Well, Trailer can help deal with that. Let's not be wrong about this here, of course. With that, and if they're only coming from the one direction, then I can just sit here for a mo. Komachi is getting to move around a good little bit here, helping us out, but I want to have my quantity of level 5 towers ASAP, quite frankly, here. Just keep standing in our line. It's not a problem. It's just going to be when we get the next lane of enemies, which we are getting right now then. So, Parse Ghost Fairies, Parse Ghost Fairies. That we're able to deal with everything here, so of course, let's just get the font of our usual choices then. I do think the second Yukari wouldn't be bad necessarily. Because this side is very strong already when it comes to it, so I'd rather get on this side in time to override the fire. But I want to upgrade the first Yamame ASAP then. That's 285 power that I need. Nobody's come by yet. That's more than 285. Lovely. So I think it's time to actually swap these Yamame's just about. Swap them around. Move this Cherno over because we're not actually going to have any other enemies necessarily coming along on the other side. So we actually can just chill and just one lane this. Lovely. So what I'm thinking afterwards is I could easily just get a Kadia just on the inside track to just float a rabbit around for wherever or whatever lane side that they come from, and basically be, yeah, it's actually still my floater. That, and then I just want to get a Yukari up just for the future then. A few Ghost Fairies. They're coming that way around, so let's move my Komachi to help cleave. I'll move this Kadia. That way, hopefully, those guys start moving around with it then. We have so much good space that I can actually just move like this Cherno to sit on the corner, like right here, just about. Yamame can just keep chilling. Now they're like at the very top right there. And then I'd like to have this Komachi decent at AoE damage. That way she can reduce defense and really just be my other plague upon all the enemies here. As you're kind of seeing. Because especially with the Ghost having a lot of defense, if she, like level 3, is going to be defense shredding them, that's all I could ever ask for, don't you think? So move the Yamame's around. Leave a little bit to help. And then really, it's just... If it keeps me in the one lane here, it's some of the easiest fires to put out, but we're future-proofing, people. We are future-proofing. Because time will come when we get to the end of the waves and I'm gonna have to defend all 3 lanes. So just being able to be confident on having good towers on all sides is what I want to work up towards. Go ahead, summon those ghosts so I can just earn that little bit of extra dash. Move my Kadia over here then. Yeah, we're still absolutely fine on this end. I think I will move this Yamame over here just for the meantime. Otherwise, yeah, it's easy to just come around. It's not the worst weak is, but I don't have the same damage font yet. Yet right here. But with just a little bit of extra love on the Cherno, we are fine. Need to reroute, of course. Get this Komachi over here. I will go ahead early summon because I feel like I have the time to spare on it. Move up and around. Let's move Seija up. And I'll upgrade her to 2, that way she can have zombie stall, if that ever is a problem then. But for now, I just want to be able to get my next channel up. These rabbits are going the wrong way, hilariously. And I don't have enough physical firepower that comes to it here. So I actually really need to help out this this front. So I need to move this extra Yukari that's not really doing anything here on this side. And then we need to immediately pivot. Pivot, 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 pivot. One. Set the Kaguya right here, rather, so she can just have those summons immediately helping. Move on over this Tomachi. We have a Koishi! This Yokai keeps her third eye invisible. Despite moving in the powers of early spirits, she will chase events above ground, but is rarely seen by others. Fast and invisible, curiously. What does that invisible tag do for us? Does that mean I'm not going to see her? In which case I have to cleave her with AoE in that case then? Or what does that mean for my chances and all? That's what I need to know, video game. Right now, it seems like I can deal with things just fine. Hello, Aure. I hope you're doing well. Just preparing these sides. These rabbits will be able to stall. Lovely stuff. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily a problem for the Koishi at all, whatever that invisible tag is supposed to be. Okay. Help and cleave. I want that Yukari going up in time, but for now, I need to maneuver the bulk of my forces to this other side. We can call a bit early. I want the Yoshika to move around. Closed eye. Not the eyes of the monster that goes off, but its soul as well. Interesting. We have an aerial enemy we'll have to deal with here. Weakest side is absolutely right side when it comes to it in comparison right now. I will need a bit of extra help. Let's get this Kaguya going. That way I don't have to deal with the aerial enemies, and then I'm just going to be worried about this end then. When the spirits start coming around. Yes, sirree. Because I do not have Kaguya defending this lane. Now I have Kaguya defending this lane. If it comes to B. Okay. Lots of aerial enemies on this side, so keep routing, keep routing. Move my Cherno over here. Move Yukari. Upgrade her to mats. And then I can have this Yamame to help out on the eye lane. Third eye that's open. With magic defense instead, but still fast. Well, with me having a Kaguya, that's not going to be a problem necessarily at all then. I can actually deal with that wholesale, like, no problems at all then. It's just a Yugi that could be a problem instead then. Could be a problem, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be one. Yeah, we kind of seem pretty fine. Alright. In that case then for now, just upgrade our Yukaris. Have her float herself. Because yeah, the treasures are taking care of the eyes. The Yugis are going to be worked down when it comes to it. Lovely. And it's really just these Yukaris, which I want to be doing more work with then. Alright. Put the fire out. I'm still heavily indexed into just 3 lane sides though, which of course could absolutely spell the biggest devastation in case I don't have a way to deal with this when it's all 3 lanes calling. So let's just recognize that I don't have everybody covered yet. I will call early for the money, because I believe I can do so. But for now, just upgrade these lovely ladies. And let's make sure that we aren't going to be weak. bottom side here is absolutely the weakest then.
私の番だわ。
Let's move my Seija around just to have extra cover. Something like this akin to is what I'm thinking. I want this Komachi to have a little bit of crit chance when it comes to it. And I'm just helping out. Or by just checking for whenever this wave starts getting the Yugi. Exactly so. Perfect. In that case then, get Yukari down to help out. Ordens are coming by. So I don't need to worry about this side anymore. Instead, I need this Kaguya to help defend this lane. If I can help it with her summons. This Yukari needs to come on by. And keep things here. Komachi. If I could actually get a Seija right here then. And then Yamame. This Yamame gets to move around and gets upgraded almost all the way up. 2 Kaguya for summons. I don't think I necessarily need. I'd rather just hit the one. If Satori. Ranged and reduced damage. Mistress of the powers of the earth spirits. Even yokai are afraid of her mind reading abilities. Should be fine to deal with overall. I would assume now. I'm just worried about however things could go once it reaches this side. But it's not what we're necessarily leaking creeps yet. Yet is always the keyword here. But it seems we've got a pretty good hold. Because even then, the only other thing is just like where the rabbits are going to go. And it seems like these rabbits are going the exact wrong way. Yeah, now I have rabbits coming in to this lane here. We will be fine. I could even route Marissa around over here then, in this case. Yep, and here comes everything then. So this is, of course, the big concern that I was worried about. Not gonna be able to defend everything, so I'm just gonna have to see what fires are the most important to put out then in this case. I think that's enough Moon Rabbits summoning on that side here. So let's summon instead. Marissa will be my big floater, I do feel, when it comes to it. Those rabbits are going to get to stall on that side, so I just need to see what's going on. Any flying units will be taken care of by that Kaguya. So I just need to see what side is just being attacked in general, and put that fire out with Marissa. Just pre-prepping Seija's to level 2 for whatever their needs might be. Seems like now the frontal assault is in the top left lane. So I can plant Marissa down here then. We will be fine. Don't know if any more of them are going to come over here, but while we have this low, I will move this Yamame up and around with that nearly infinite range. Up this Kaguya, so that way we have a little bit of spirits going on by. And this is perfect then. Okay, this map has not been bad at all necessarily when it comes to it. I've actually been doing way better than I thought I would have been. Just because I've been smart about attending to the 2 lanes that they're attacking, but it's never been all 3 at once, which is where my defenses would have fallen a lot more because I don't have defenses in all 3 of them. Now granted, this is still last wave when it comes to it. I could absolutely eat a huge hubris cry if it comes to it. But right now, it's not like they've proven me to be wrong in any aspect yet. Now that's a yet, of course. We shall see. Right now, I need this Kaguya to move up to help deal with Third Eyes. Honestly, I could probably slash these 2 Yugis and help out a good bit. Other lanes are taken care of when it comes to it. I need to just whack this Yugi or 2 a few times. Whack a few times, there we go, we're good. And now this is when things should start going a little bit whack, because we are leaking through. So I'm going to assume that this side is good now with the Yugis. We don't need to deal with that anymore. So let's move this around, move this Tomachi too. The Kaguya rabbits can start moving as well then. I'm gonna spare this expense and this Marissa cycle to shoot. Afterwards, I'm gonna say let's abandon the right side entirely. Prepare for when bottom left is gonna have its next incursion.
いい調子だわ
And reroute exactly so, because they don't want this Rin leaking. I have both sides covered in this case then. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then, yes, we can just cover the lane. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this pre-prep work that I'm getting for us here. That Orden's getting stalled otherwise then. I'm gonna move this Cherno just in the events, in the case that people do start coming by, in which case some Tomodachi's hats we have. Alright, not Tomodachi's, Toishi's. So, good preemptive work. Things are absolutely not done yet. So keep rerouting. Bottom is good. All of these lovely ladies are just gonna get cleaved. I need this Yamame to come over and start shredding them, because they have magic defense, but not physical defense. Quite frankly, it wouldn't hurt to also upgrade this Sage a good bit too. Get to wholeheartedly stall them at the line. Because Akadia bunnies aren't doing anything, so I can move around. I don't have anybody else coming in yet. But on the off chance that they do, get Ikari train ready and Adam. And we're good. Nice job. That was way easier of a mission than I expected. And we get Eiki as our next tower. Oh boy, so Tomatsu just been running around. Eiki is another Danmaku tower, but she is essentially your critical hit. Attacks have a chance to execute enemies, and critical hits deal way more damage. She can be your boss killer so fast when it comes to it, and she is damn effective at it when it comes to. What would I spare on the slot? Because honestly, if there's a map that can't spare for Yuka, then I'm probably gonna swap her for Eiki as just another Danmaku when it comes to it then, but we'll see how it goes. For now though, I do think I want to reset one more time so I can get rid of fully armed for a Giant Hunter in this case then, for my trades, because having that is absolutely gonna be very important. And then, when it routes around, I actually have to hold on to Mana Storm, so I can actually get Blast or fully armed for summons. And well, we love our summons, ladies and gentlemen, so we are doing that. Let's do one more mission. The Sanzu River. Shikieki, the Judge of Hell, asks us for help. The space-time of the Hikan has become unstable, while the yokai and souls of the palace started rioting. What a mess. So let's check if this is a Yuka map, because if not, then I'll just immediately look around and what I can do. So, big river. And exactly so, all these spirits are just going to be crossing this river all throughout. 2 defense points when it comes to it. So this is absolutely a rabbit-killed map if it comes to. If it comes to it then. And we also have damage springs, which can absolutely catapult the damage of an 80. So honestly, let's quit out. Actually, I didn't check if it was a Yuka map, but quite frankly, I do want to show off new towers, and I haven't been able to use Yuka much. So let's get Eiki in here. Let's show things off. So let's open this up. I think a Cherno honestly wouldn't be bad as our opening, but Marissa's always really good too. Cherno gets to slow things down though. But I can get a Cherno too. Fact is, a Marissa level 5 is going to cost more than a Cherno level 5. Now, I would be heavily indexed into raw Danmaku itself. So instead, let's just level up this 80 a few times. And then let's start off with our usual good then. What I will be doing in the bat though, is getting a Kadia or 2. just have these rabbits running on
私
by,
の番だわ
and then we will start ourselves off then.
力を貸してください
Yeah, Iki will, of course, toss Judgment quite regularly. She's not the fastest tower necessarily, but she does a boatload of damage when it comes to it herself. So that's what we will be leveraging as much as possible then. I don't have a good placement for my towers. This is annoying. Okay, not as annoying when it comes to it. I can actually get a Yoshika right here in this
私
case.
の番ね
Level her up, that way I can get stuff. And that way I can start preparing stuff for kills. Or, I say Yoshika, I need Seija out so I can summon Yoshika then in that case. Afterwards, the Parsees could be a problem for dealing with Yoshika pretty badly. So I have to be careful on this end. Let's move the Kajias up, because I'm going to need the anti-air presence, of course, when it comes to it, but I just want the rabbits just walking in general. I'll move this Kajiya over here. That way I have her rabbits moving on a line. And otherwise, I would like to level up our Yamame, as always. And then for the spirits, well, Marissa will deal with them. Marissa will deal. I will keep rolling Yamame up, so that way we have the poison going. And then this should be pretty seamless to start. I have rabbits going on what would be both lanes then, in this case, for extra presence. Or no, I have a rabbit going on the third lane. Well, it hasn't been a problem yet, but I realized now that this is a 3-lane map, not a 2-lane. So that'll be good to know for the future. For now though, let us keep helping out holistically with these waves. Total Yoshikas will be wonderful on the spirit side, but I just need to keep having Cherno cleave, and have Aki actually do some work too. Marissa's taking care of the middle lane all by herself. Okay, Koishi's on the side. I will have to reroute everybody here in this case then. So let's go ahead and do so. We can go ahead and call early in this case.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Okay, who are we getting? Azura! Hope you're doing well. Thank you for all the love. I am playing Touhou games right now, so I'll do what I can to attend to you in just a bit. It's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your Cruz Ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy. Everyone always at your service now. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves right now. I need to deal with this Koishi, because she is literally running away with things. Let's poison her first, and also fairy boats. Summoning phantoms on it here. 2,000 health, immune to disabling debuffs, and giant. Okay, gonna have to deal with that, but for now, let me send a shout out. What were you doing today, Azura? I hope you're doing well, and thank you for all the love.
My heart is singing.
I'm a friend of Azura from VR chat when it comes to on Reach's group, and just in general, and I'm seeing you're playing Xenogears last. Is that true? Is that accurate? Because if so, it is absolutely a wonderful game, and I have to go back and deal with this right here, right now. Okay, we have flying enemies coming in soon enough, so I need to have this Kaguya at the ready, and I need to reroute the defenses overall. Yoshika can kind of chill right here when it comes to it then. Because the Seija stuff will, because Seija and Yoshika will deal with these spirits in time. For now, it's this phantom boat that will be the problem, because they will keep spawning these phantoms down here, and I have to deal with them holistically. As you are seeing, so Marissa's going to be a real good buffer state when it comes to it then, but otherwise, I need to just be hitting these ghosts over time, and I need to be dealing damage over time then. So we have to, this is a 2-lane, this is 3 lanes, left, right, middle, but also basically 2 essences that we're going to have to deal with, because these fairy boats have a lot of HP as you're seeing, so it's going to be tough to cleave through them, and it's just going to be tough to try to kill them in general otherwise too. Yeah, Xenogears is great. Orden coming in on the side. So I need to move Aki otherwise. Satori and Souls too. I'm gonna always have to have something answering those phantom boats in the back. That's gonna be a constant problem that I will not have a full answer to. Best they can do is have Kaguya, of course, answering. But otherwise, this is going to be a constant problem. I'm going to have Yamame poison this Yugi, if I can help it real quick first. And then I need to run back and deal with Orden in this case then. So I cannot have her running by. If Aki can just keep one-shotting the Ordens, that would be the best case in the world. But for now, I need to take care of this Yugi before she goes too far. Cherno level 5 getting to slow the Yugi down is big, but I don't think I'm gonna do enough damage. Marissa, help! Thank you, Marissa. Thank you very much, Marissa. Okay, good. Sprint up. Get this Cherno up here. We're doing with these souls pretty fine. It's just any ghost ships that I'm going to be worried about in general when it comes to it. So I have to keep running around and seeing what fires need to be attended to. That's a lot of good power, quite frankly. We can kind of stay here when it comes to it. I will upgrade my AT so I have level 5s all throughout in this case then. And then I can actually reroute and where everybody's standing. Because what I think would be the best... Cherno right here just gets to slow everybody down in general. And then we just get to basically hold on over. Then it's just making sure that no ghost ships come by. But I have my Kaguyas on standby when it comes to it then. Kaguya on standby. I'll probably get one more Kaguya. That way I have all 3 lanes covered is my thought here. That way I'll have a rabbit running on each. Just as a insurance policy when it comes to it then. Let's go ahead, call early. I would like to get a Yoshika. That's better than in this case. I'll get... And I'll just get one of each for everybody then, as always. That way we have a good coverage on every type of tower when it comes to it. It's just really good to be running back and forth, making sure that no ghost ships come by to grief us when it comes to it then. Because it's that, and of course I've routed in all of my power into big towers. I'm building tall, not wide, for big level 5 towers, but not too many of them. So just going to be paying attention to, yes, when things like the ghost ship comes around. Because I need to put out fires whenever they might come by. Because if that ghost ship continues to potentially be a problem, or multiple ghost ships, I can't have these spirits going around and hitting my backline. So route this Marissa. I absolutely need to have these things slowed down when it comes to it. Level up. Iki needs to deal, but otherwise, Cherno, I think I need you to run around real quick and make sure that we aren't going to be leaking any of these spirits. Because yeah, these spirits are going to be a problem, and I am going to need as many people down here to help deal. So yeah, these ghost ships are way too much. Okay, way too much. I need to get my Marissa down here fast. Oh, you're gonna leak. Okay, that's not good at all. Way too much on the ghost ship side. Wow, they started coming in way faster than I thought I could than I could deal with. That's one leak. I'm gonna have to put a Seija up here. I can't really be sparing too much in this case, and I need to just have this Yamame move around, and then just shoot. I think I can probably spare my Marissa at this rate. Yamame can deal. We have all that space in the world up there. I just have to deal with all these ghost spirits instead. Thank goodness they're all concentrated on this right side here. I only lost one. I only lost one heart when it comes to it. Gosh, darn it, dude. This spiraled way out of control way too fast. And I'm being punished for building tall. Because these rabbits aren't even able to stop the spirits too, is the biggest problem as well. Alright. Change where we have these priorities. Those ships have been destroyed, but I need to slow these Ordens around, and I need to get this Yamame about to start poisoning. Get her on the damage font. Good on this side. Fires have been rigorously put out. No more ghost ships right now, thank goodness. So we can just take a moment to breathe and just upgrade all on. That's a lot of potential flyers when it comes to it. This does not make the cruisy happy. Move people around. Not too much that I'm going to be able to do here otherwise. I just have to prepare for however I can position my people. The Marissa show is absolutely the most important thing here, though. Okay, the rabbits can slow down the Koishis. That's great on one side. Otherwise, it's just going to be me constantly firing at it straight on with Marissa. At least until this lane is taken care of. Now, that's going to be, of course, the problem, though. I don't know we're going to get to slow down on this lane. So just take me a Cherno just for a little bit more damage insurance then. Because it seems like the rest of the map is fine right now. Thank you. Wonderful. Alright. Yes, the rest of the map is absolutely fine. I can move things around. Komachi is helping out. Blow things up. And those executions are big fish. Big fish. Lovely. And all those crits too from Komachi as well. Not Komachi, but from Aki. Because I'm thinking I might just need to have AT destroy one of the ghost ships if we get lucky when it comes to it then. So I just want to parade one around is the thought process. I think that's going to be the most important thing then. That's all the blue points. That's lovely. I will take the moment to upgrade AT around. We don't necessarily need the Sukari, so I'm just going to keep her here in general when it comes to it then, and we'll just see what the fire is. Because otherwise, it's 323 to play this AP. No problems here. All just Ordens, eh? Keep an eye for any ghost ships, but otherwise, get this going. Get this Seija up as well, too. And then I'm just going to keep running back and forth, quite frankly, making sure that nothing ever comes our way. If there's nobody else in the other lanes, though, getting this Cherno here is going to be really nice, I'm not going to lie. I can actually consolidate everybody in the middle. There's the ghost ships. There's the fucking ghost ships. Okay. Never mind, then. Run things back a bit here, if I can help it. Okay, that's a pretty juicy crit. That is a very juicy crit. Can you crit this other ghost ship, too, now, so I don't have to deal with them? Okay, absolutely, AT is the right choice to bring on for this mission, thank goodness. Because, yeah, I don't have to deal with the fire anymore if these ATs just take care of them all. Thank gods. Big crit on Matu Tower. That's a lot of potential flyers. Get a Yoshika on our lanes when it comes to it then. I will upgrade throughout. Thank you for no ghost ships. Keep this here. Yoshika on every aisle, just about. I need this Yukari. Go back and just destroy this Toishi. Lovely, thank you. So you can't be let through, I'm just trying to say that right now. Maid just for a little bit of extra help when it comes to it right here. Otherwise, I need this Koshis to never leak if possible. Good stuff. Oh, we got spirits. We got spirits leaking. We got spirits leaking. This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. Move these boys and girls back right now. I need Marissa, like, right now in the back line. Because they're all gonna leak! Fuck. I took my eyes off 1 second of the ghost ships, and we are starting to leak badly. This AT is way too far up, too, is a problem I'm seeing. Good. Die, please, 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 please die. You need to crit right now, girl. Good. Destroy you! Good. Then put out the fire on the right side. You ghost ship motherfuckers. I hate you stupid ghost ships. Yeah, this is absolutely 80 chapter to like after in water to show it off, because those crits for 2,000 health are absolutely needed. But my God, was that painful? All right, that's a good mission. I'll pick up with Void Barrier next time. Actually, technically, this is the last mission. I could keep this going rather and finish it up. This is the last mission rather. You know what, let's actually finish this off then. Let's finish this off. But now though, put Yuta in, because I love my Yuta. And let's finish off the main campaign of this then. So, Void Barrier. At the border of Densokyo, where lots of boulders suspended in the air, a large portal connecting different worlds floated there, and souls from the outside world were swarming and morphed into a large amalgamation. This must be the source of the incident. Let's beat it and restore peace to Densokyo. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna be able to use everybody in my squad quite frankly, I feel like. Am I too done Matra coded with Aki though? I have my spell towers, but that's just Cherno and Marissa. I could absolutely maybe use Ran or Yuko in place of them, but I think everybody's useful. Yeah, let's do this thing. Alchemy springs, damage springs, 2 lanes. We have springs of all kinds when it comes to it here, and portals which these enemies are going to be pouring out of. So absolutely, first and foremost, it's of course going to be Marissa first. My baby girl who always carries me through. Everybody's going to be coming through on this lane when it comes to it to start. So, as per usual, I want to have a Yamame on both sides, quite frankly, is going to be the initial play here. Yamame to get things going. And let's go ahead and get a Yuka, is my thought process here. Where's a good Yuka spot for all 8 tiles? Yuka spot would be good here. I don't have too much on this side here, too. Yeah, this is a good Yuka spot. I get all tiles right here, then. Kaguya gets some money immediately, lovely. And then we can start destroying them. Ooh, side portals too that I'm gonna have to deal with these spirits and all. Interesting. So it's not just these 3, I'm gonna have to deal with all sides then. Copy that. No Kadamas. We haven't seen Kadamas since the very beginning, quite frankly. Alright. Parseys and cave spiders. Can absolutely deal with them. Send early. Let us get ourselves a... Get ourselves a Seija, maybe? No, I need a Cherno just to start tossing some wrenches into them. Yamamei's are absolutely going to be doing work, of course, when it comes to it then, for just holistic pressure. That's a lot of power, so I'm absolutely just going to pour all of that into Yuka ASAP. Cleave a bit. Before we go back around to help Marissa. I don't mind Hoshi coming along because I can just really cleave her down. Seija on my corner to get our stall going, and then I just need to get Yuka all the way up ASAP. Dev anti-air thanks to the Yuka Sunflowers when it comes to a good tower base overall then in the middle. So it's just going to be my corners that I'm just going to be paying attention to and worried about constantly. That's a fully leveled up Yuka, and then maybe I can get another one on the right side too. If I get that going, then I am absolutely just going to be swimming in the dough. Yuka right here seems so lovely, quite frankly. Yeah, and we kind of have a really good base to begin with, quite frankly, right here. Keep moving Cherno up a bit, and actually I will also have Marissa move up on our front. And then I want to have a Yukari just to start things up. We're gonna have to deal with Sats over here. Hello? Didn't account for this immediately. Get a Marissa to help out. That's the next one, of course, too. Okay, fine enough by me. This is doable. Yep, this Marissa is good Danmaku damage. Rins are gonna start moving here, so let's move this Yamame over on this side. Get a Cherno moving over here, methinks. And is this a good Yuka spot? Not a good Yuka spot. In that case, then let's get a Seija too. Level up this Yamame, methinks. And then I want to get this Yukari moving as well, if possible. Otherwise, other important thing is get Marissa here. Yukari can put out fires. And then just get this Yuka going then too. So I have two Yuka fronts. Should I put a Yuka in the corner here? No. Put a Yuka in this corner here? Yes, I can. That's Yuka number 3 that I'll be able to put away. Then I'll have 3 Yukas generating me money at any and all times then. Yes, that's all valid tiles. Perfect. All valid. I can move Marissa to help deal with these spiders, exactly so. Move this Cherno up. Lovely work. Level this Yuka up. Yamame moves up on this corner here. No problems at all. It's just going to be upgrading everybody on our lines. I love this. Help out a little bit on our front. I would like to have a Yukari when it comes to it over here. I would love to have a Yukari when it comes to it over here. Okay. Move around a bit. Have these Yamame's helping. This Yuka can't be moving, so I'm just gonna have to stick right here to my guns. Chernos are good though. Chernos are very good. I can level this Yuka up all the way and tactically fall off so I can respawn. Perfect. Danmaku damage is what I think I need the most next, so Yukari is absolutely next big front. What I need to do. That, or I can look for anti-air. I have anti-air in all 3 lanes thanks to my Yukas. But it'll never hurt to have more. Plus, if I start upgrading my Kageyas, then I'll have my Rabbit Army helping out on all ends then. Waves coming in the middle, so move Marissa back right on over here. I can actually move this Marissa up too when it comes to it then. Is this another Yuta spot? Yeah, that's what can be. Oh, whoa, hold on. I mean, I don't even have this Yuta all the way up yet, but it's just money, 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 money. Money gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, strike problem. This UD is gonna do a lot more damage than I want her to, so I need to have these Churnos move back and help out a bit. I probably want to slice a little bit too. There you go. Oh, good. That Yuki's all leveled up. This one is getting there. That Yuki's gone. Perfect. I want this Yamame all the way up. That way I have a full Danmaku then going. And let's just keep tactically falling off the map. Okay, lots of anti-air needed when it comes to it. So I think, honestly, another Kaguya would not be bad. Just to holistically have when it comes to it for both rabbit summons and to have a little bit on the side. Keep this going. Lovely work. Hello? Portal right here? Well, I can have this Marissa move back, and then we should be fine about dealing with this portal. Especially so, all the Yoshikas that will be summoned out from that too will be hilarious, quite frankly. Slight Koishi leakage, but it's nothing that we can't contain right now. Sume's going on. Level you up. I can move this Trino over here, methinks. I could technically get another Yuka, but I think I think I'm pretty maxed out on the Yukas after I get this one leveled up, hilariously. So all these points are good, but I would like to have a little bit more general tower insurance, I think. So let's move our Marissa up, because that portal is done with here. I think another Yutari actually would hit the spot pretty well. Also, we got some Kadamas that are... Let's start making their way through here. Hello? That cannot be allowed, so let's stop you. Chop you down is what I was trying to say right there. Get this Marissa going too then. And then that should be a good amount of help I have on support line when it comes to it. That's a lot more that I could be potentially leaking, so I need to route these priorities. I actually need to collect my Yuka points, so let's go around for 2 seconds. That's so many blue points, holy crap. 1, 2, 3, I think, is gonna be my play here. Get this Kaguya up as well, is my thoughts. Have to jump off so that I can reset, and then we need to just move my towers around. Look at all this money, dude. Oh my goodness gracious, the Yuki economy is through the roof. Move the Yamames. I'm gonna need this Yukari back in the middle, if I can help it. Because I need Danmaku damage, baby. That's a portal with some pumpkin heads, so I need to move this Marissa back as well. I move the Marissa just as soon as they start coming in the middle, but this has to be done. Simple as. If I can have this Churno. I don't need the Seija, I need this Churno to help out, please. Because these Yugis are pretty scary, I am not going to lie. Move this Marissa so you can try to cleave more in a line then, in this case. If I can get a Seija for insurance, some things here. I need a Yukari at max level if I can help it. Fall off so I can reset. I wait somewhere. Where did I wait? 5? Did I wait like a Jack-o'-lantern or so? Or did I wait a Yugi? That's 5, and I don't know if 15 is the limit to where that's when you lose your perfect then, basically. Alright. Toss a key. I want to open up a shrine because I want a Cherno potentially with like as much range as possible. Hello? Notori Robot? They look so fine. Got their points. Got their cash stipend. And let's get this going here. I need some 80s actually to help deal with these bigger boys when it comes to attack for the future, so absolutely. The parses are getting stalled up here hilariously when it comes to it. Next order of action is upgrade one of my Chernos to actually have a slowing field. That would be kind of really useful for us. Do this. Upgrade this Marissa. I feel then I can deal with the robots just fine. I actually don't know if she would be slowing in this case then. So let's have my Yukari right there in that case then. I will upgrade you on this end. I want this Yamame to be leveled up if I can help it. And then I need to assess what is my weakest side. Right side is the weakest, but we can rectify that a bit. Move this Cherno over here, slow these bozos down, and then get a Marissa going up. Afterwards, I could get a Yukari to help out on the Danmaku side, and then this Aki too. I have Kaguya's for good support whenever it comes to it then. I just need to just be drawing these guys down and getting a good level. Yukari getting distributed from a distance is very important when it comes to it overall. Let's just clear these girls. And these rabbits are being an absolute wonder for helping us out on this line here. Move this up so I can deal with flying enemies next then in that case. That'll be another max level Marissa. Wonderful on this case. So I have 3 Marissas running around, 2 of them mats. Given that note, I have so much good anti-air, both from the rabbits, from my Yuka, and such too. So it's just gonna come down to just upgrading, preparing my towers for my next wave. Ooh, wow. Besides the 1 week, which I did not get to see what exactly happened there, we are actually pretty fine, quite frankly. I would say so myself, if I do say so myself. That's all Yamame gets to help. These chains are here. No problems on this side either then. Middle is the weakest now, so I need to reroute one of my Chernos here. This Aki can reach max level, so she can just really start executing people en masse. That's a lot of points. Yeah, just the one freaking Kaguya that I have summoning these moon rabbits is helping this front out so much, quite frankly. Like, it's actually ridiculous how much this one Kaguya is doing for helping out. With being able to stall all of those Parses, all of the Satoris, and everything like that, or so from shooting on the side. That's a lot of UVs, so that's gonna call for another 80, I feel. I'm gonna want to reroute the 80 on to the middle here. Is gonna be the idea, I do think. So all of these small ghost fairies are being dealt with just holistically, no problems here. I'll get this Marissa up, that way she's max level then, so I have 3 max level Marissas. Unknown boss! The amalgamation of the minds of the creators, various thoughts, thoughts, and words within, because of this own inhabitants of Constrictor were split into multiple individuals. This is the final boss, ladies and gentlemen, so it is our time to find them and beat them down if we can help it. So where is this boy? There's the boy. 80s, do your thing. You are rushing down the lane, so I need to move people around, quite frankly. If I can get another Yukari shooting at you constantly, I think that's going to be the most important thing. It's that. Eye of the Creator. Summons. Starred separate from the amalgamation, immune to disabling debuffs, and these guys are just going to be shot down the lane! That cannot be allowed. I need to have these boys falling back. You cannot be doing that to me, quite frankly. That is scary. Very, very, very scary. Move a Yamame back. And we are just going to be putting out these fires a lot closer to home, I feel like. I've leaked again. Where am I leaking? These eyes of the creator are getting way too close for my liking then, and I can't necessarily do squat about it. That is the problem that we are seeing here. Yep, so I need to just have these boys just keep falling back. So grab an 80, have her fall back, have her help out on this side here. This man is at half health, but I'm going to leak! Okay, stop that one. I need to have these towers just in range of this stupid asshole here. Because these eyes of the creator are getting way too close for comfort every single second. I'm gonna leave one! Fucking man, I was not ready for this man to just spawn his little house spawn right next to my gates. I guess I shouldn't have had things pushed up this far, but man! More portals on the side. Buff up the Seija if I can. I need this Marissa back here to help out with the spider spawns, if I can help it. Yamame back. This Yukari can stay. Yamame back. Tit 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 tit. Who's not shooting? This Marissa is not shooting. This Yukari is not shooting. You know what? That. I know what? If I can. Get a key. I need this Yukari shooting faster. Get on the speed font. 3k HP. Okay, we got him. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's 2 stars from how I leaked a little bit too much when it comes to it. But my gosh, was that a lot worse than I wanted it to be. I was holding pretty well, but I should have just fallen back a little bit. Because I was killing them at the gates, but I should have just had more people in the back in general when the boss came around to just start moving back and being prepared for it. Wow, that took a lot longer than I expected it to do. That was a 30-minute mission. Yeah, I still live. It was just a lot longer than I wanted at all. Oh, I clicked through it. Oh, well. Is there a cutscene viewer? Because it froze for a second there, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do there. First and foremost, we got more stuff to look at for the future, and there's also extra levels that we can look at in the future then when it comes to it. That we might be able to look at in the future, and I want to keep playing it, of course. But yeah, there is a lot more to do with this here. So I've got 6 EX levels so you can kind of see it to play around with. Try out new stuff. We've got DLC stuff, so you can see here 10 life points, point limits to try to see how far you can get for either unless they're boss rushes. And of course, more things to unlock on the way since we didn't get through with either showcasing any of the DLC towers or the DLC characters. So I can absolutely keep going on, and figuring out what other fun stuff to play with here for both playable characters in the DLC or even achievements to look at then, because there's a lot of stuff to figure out on what to do that you can see here, of course. So there's lots of achievements, there's lots of cool things that you can do, and well, a lot more things that I can improve upon. So I'm only at 72 out of 135, and even then, if I go back to my first save of this game that I ever did, if we give it a second here, I got up to 107 stars. I'm gonna showcase this off real quick. So this is my other save that I ever did. See, I've done most of the EXs and done pretty well on them overall too when it comes to it, if I say so myself. But I want to show off different things. So I have all of the upgrades on this save file, for instance, and I'll just go to like a random level just to showcase other small bits and pieces too. So, like for example here, there is gachas that we just unlocked on that side. Get a random celestial creation. What does it mean by that? Well, it's different things here. So you can see here, fully heals and recharges the player character's ability. We've got things like power to strengthen a specific tower. That could be a permanent strengthen when it comes to it then. And other small cool things you can play with here. Change the targeted defense tower into another type of tower. Just other small things that you can just have fun with or so, but there's lots of things that I haven't utilized, or synergies that I haven't played with necessarily yet. So that's going to be stuff to figure out, see what you can do, and just have fun with in general. But at least for now, I am going to call it on Touhou Monster Tower Defense. This was wonderful, of course, and I'll see how much more I'll play this game. I think I'll probably do the EXs, and then we'll call it on the series. So I don't think I'm going to 100% the game, of course, but at least for now, that'll be good for now. So, wherever you are, wherever you may be, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube or more, it's been Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service. Have yourselves a wonderful night now, y'all. I do have tomorrow off, so I might do Teamfight Manager earlier, and or change things around when it comes to it then. But we got TFM coming back after what feels like a good month of hiatus, quite frankly, which I am going to be very, very, very happy about, quite frankly. That's just something I am absolutely looking forward to, and yeah, we'll just see how things go. But for now, whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, or night, at least from my side of the world, have a wonderful night now, y'all, and thank you all again for all the love.